morning, Rich Nass, Executive Vice President with Open Systems Media, here with Eric Graber, fellow Executive Vice President with Azul Systems. Hello,
Matching titles. Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So we spoke in this same place a year ago.
Exactly a year ago, exact same location.
And we talked about some pretty cool things with respect to Java, but I have a feeling a lot's happened since we spoke last.
Well, if I recall the conversation last year, a lot of the talk was about the adoption of OpenJDK and how this kind of reinvigorated the market for the open source market for embedded systems. And that hasn't slowed down at all. I'd say that's probably, the addressable market was probably 3-4% for Java last year. It's probably 5-6% now, so substantial growth. So that's a big change, or a continuing change.
That's almost double.
It's almost double. So the addressable market's been great for us.
I'm a good math guy.
Yeah, I was a math major. How do you like that? I joke I was an arithmetic major. But I think there's been a couple things that have happened since then that have really fueled our growth, and we continue to have a wonderful growth. First and foremost has been some of the changes in the competition that Oracle has done. So literally Oracle has made an announcement 4 weeks ago that they are no longer allow the resellers to resell Java. So we have a huge growth in our marketplace with our resellers, where that was about 1 or 2% of our business a year ago, is now about 10% of our business, and growing much faster over the last 4 weeks, as you can imagine. Another change is Oracle has added a sales/audit team just to go after companies who have been shipping or distributing Java without a license. As you know, 2 years ago they changed the licensing for Java, where you can download it for free.
Right.
If you use it in any kind of production, any commercial manner, you owe money.
Of course.
And so they're going after them. They've hired teams around the world to go after this. So it's been a really interesting dynamic in the industry. So besides the fact that Java is easier to use, less expensive because you have alternatives to OpenJDK, you now have this unfriendly company who's driving this type of behavior. I think there's also a market dynamic that's making a lot of change for us, a lot of growth, and I'm curious if you have any insight to this, but around the adoption of 5G. So the connected devices, we talked about last year a little bit, how there's been an explosion of connected devices, but everywhere. I went skiing for the first time in about a year, a couple weeks ago with my 15-year-old son, and you just put the pass in your pocket, and everything's electronic, and it's all connected, and the data comes back to you, and at the end of the day, you see how many runs you went on, where you went, everything, and everything's connected. Think about that device, it's a programmable device at every one of those stations, and every one of those has a JVM in them. So it's those kinds of things that you didn't see a year or 2 or 3 years ago that's just making this explode, the number of connected devices.
That is very cool, and as it becomes easier, you'll see that proliferate into all kinds of different applications.
That's right. The analytics behind it, when it comes down to it, there's money, and information is money. So the more information, the more things we do, and how connected we are, whether it's autonomous driving or better insurance rates or skiing or whatever it might be, it's just so much more data, which drives not only our embedded offerings, but also the analytics on the back end with our Zing product as well.
So there's still a lot of life left in Java.
Absolutely. It's still the number one used language in the world. I think it's 23-24% of all applications are written in Java today. There's also other languages that still use a JVM as well, Scala, etc. So yeah, it's great growth for us, a great business to be in.
Very good. Thanks, Eric.
You're welcome.